Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. I hope all of you are doing well, putting your best efforts toward the civil services examination preparation. This is a video session on daily news and editorial analysis dated 20th of October. Through this video session, I'll be covering the important news from the Hindu and Indian Express. These news will be relevant for the civil services prelims and mains examination and will help you also for the other competitive examination like state PCS and many other government exams that you will be appearing for. If you're an aspirant of civil services examination and looking forward for other MCQs related questions, we have a dedicated test series for you. The program is Nishchay, that is specifically an All India Test Series program to conquer UPSC CSC 2024. Through this program, we are offering 4900 plus questions. Along with that, video discussion, demo test will be provided to candidate and free magazine for content enrichment. If you want to register, this is a QR code for instant registration, or even you can visit our website for further details. Now let's get started with the detailed discussion of the news. And before I start, just to give you the highlights and glimpses of the news for the day. For today, first we'll see about the earthquake that is there in Afghanistan. What are the reasons that Afghanistan region is prone to earthquake? We'll see the detail about this. The second is about the major regional parity when it comes to cancer. There's a study which is there in detail. The third talks about the India's share in the overall development, which is expected to rise to 18%. The second last talks about the central rollout plan for its license rules. Actually, government has rolled back with the rules and regulation after the discomfort which was raised by the giant company like Dell, Google and other companies. And we'll conclude the session with editorial that talks about recasting India's food system. I'll give you the insight about this article which is relevant from the examination point of view as well. So let's get started with a detailed discussion of the news one by one. So the first is why earthquake is frequent in Afghanistan. We have seen that the recent earthquake was there in Afghanistan region, and this was at the magnitude of 6.3, which is pretty high. Or western Afghanistan region may over week it has continued, and it has killed 1,000 people in the Herat provinces, right? So in Herat provinces, almost 1,000 people were dead. Now, coming to the reason for earthquake in Afghanistan, Afghanistan has faced wide destruction of intense earthquake. अगर बात करें कुछ सालों में काफ़ी हद तक डिस्ट्रक्शन देखी गई है, and this has continued on the specific area of Afghanistan, right? Afghanistan के specific areas. In 2022, more than 1,000 people died in the earthquake, which was there at the magnitude of 6.1, and this has struck the region of Khost and Paktika, right? These are the Paktika provinces which is there. And the other major earthquake there in 2015, which has struck almost northern region of the area, and it has killed 200 people in Afghanistan and neighboring Pakistan region. And the magnitude of 6.1 was also witnessed during 2002, when almost 1,000 people were died. And after this, in 1998, there was another earthquake which subsequently took place, and in this, the number was pretty high. The toll was close to 4,500. Now, this is all about the casualty that we have in Afghanistan because of the earthquake. Now, you need to understand what are the reasons and how these are specific area which is prone to the earthquake. And when it comes to the region of Afghanistan, you need to know some of the important facts. So it's an epicenter of major earthquake that is taking place in the region. Indian plate which is there, which is moving across the region of Afghanistan, making it more susceptible. And these are the Eurasian plate which has been moving, creating an epicenter of the region. Now the other diagram that will help you understand how the Afghanistan is more prone to the part of faulty lines. So you can see the details how the Eurasian plate which is actually moving in this direction, and there's some part of the centers which is created. So this are the faulty line in Tajikistan region, Pakistan, Turkmenistan and Afghanistan, and even the border adjoining area of Iran. Now, why do frequent earthquake there is in Afghanistan? As I've already highlighted with the diagram, it is located in the multiple fault line, which is evident from this image. These are the fault line which is there, right? And leading to the part of Eurasian and tectonic plates move, and movement further lead to the move. The plate collide often leads to the significant tectonic activities. बात करें tectonic activities की, which has been prominent in the Afghanistan region, right? Afghanistan is located in the Eurasian plate. Towards the Western Afghanistan movement, The Arabian plate subdued to the northwest Eurasian towards the movement of Afghanistan and Indian plate at the same region. And in the southern Afghanistan, the Arabian and the Indian plate adjoined both subdued north as well as the Eurasian plate. So this make the area more prone to the part of the earthquake. Now, how do earthquake occur? These are the basic general diagram that will help you understand about the fault line. So this is the focus or the part. This is the epicenter, and these are the seismic waves that is created, and these fault line are there that is created on the earthquake. Now, how do earthquake occur? Earthquake result from the tectonic plate movement along with the faulty line and releasing to the energy and the seismic wave. और एक earthquake की बात करें, it occurs on the block of the lithosphere that slips to the another area. Those of you have read geography from NCERT, this will be again an easy concepts. The point inside the earth where the movement begin is focus corresponding point beginning with the epicenter. And the earth heat energy diverts to the constant motion plane causing earthquake primarily as a plate boundaries. Now moving ahead, population based cancer register across India. So according to the latest study, the Lancet has come up with the detail that 52% of the patients that has been diagnosed with the cervical cancer is between 2012 and 2015 has actually survived. So some other details coming from the cancer patients in India. So about the study focused on almost 5,191 cases was there, and they diagnosed the people based on the cancer register. The Lancet Regional Health on the South Asia was based on the population based cancer register, और बहुत सारी अर्बन स्टडीज भी की गई हैं सर्वाइकल कैंसर्स को लेकर के उनके पेशेंट्स में क्या रेट ऑफ चेंजेस हैं and how many percentage of patients were actually recovering. The study found that there were significant variations in the survival rate across the region. Now, these are the other details about the finding of the cancer survey. Right? So, the incidence of the cancer in India was observed in the northeastern region. Cancer of lung, mouth, stomach, and esophagus are the most common one. Cancer of breast and cervical uteri is also common against women. The high incident rate were there in children as well as in the cancer were reported in Delhi. Mouth cancer has been reported as per the report which is there for the Western and Central Asia. So these are the details and highlights of the report of NCRPV report 2020. Now survival rate की अगर बात करें, as you see, these are the data from the Lancet which highlighted that 61.5% की जो survival rate है वो त्रिवनपूर्णा में देखी गई. This is in Kerala. 58% in Kollam. Then in contrast to that, Tripura has been reported with 31.6%. Survival rate were notable in the Indian northeastern region. Now, क्या क्या factors हैं survival के लिए? So there are other factors which are actually helping for the survival and some factors which has actually led to the deterioration of survival. So first is the access to diagnostic services, effective treatment of variants across the populations, distance from the clinical facilities, कितनी clinical facilities जो individual patient हैं उनसे कितनी दूर में hospital के setup है, travel cost, comorbidities and poverty contributions to the survival rates. Now, India's share of growth to rise. This is what the IMF has actually come up. International Monetary Fund ने कहा है कि इंडिया की जो प्रोजेक्शन है, इंडिया की जो ग्रोथ रेट है, that is supposedly going to increase by 2% and India will grow faster in the coming year. Now, global economic growth की अगर बात करें, if you see China, which is, these two countries, China plus India, is contributing to close 50% of the total global growth. और इंडिया की जो contribution है, that is 16% only, right? एंड इंडिया की कंट्रीब्यूशन 2% तक बढ़ेगी जो कि आने वाले समय में 18% तक कंट्रीब्यूट करेगी. दिस इज व्हाट द IMF हैज एक्चुअली कम अप विद द फोरकास्ट एंड इट सेज दैट 5.9% में इंडिया में फिजिकल डेफिसिट भी नोटिस की जाएगी. नाउ IMF हैज आस्क्ड द कंट्री टू रिटेन सब्सटेंशियल restrictions on the monetary stance. और इन्फ्लेशन की अगर बात करें, RBI has also said that the inflation pressures will continue and RBI is not going to take further rates expansions, right? किसी भी rate में increase नहीं की जाएगी. The festive season will continue in November. So the reason being it is being anticipated कि rates will continue, but the part of growth is also anticipated. Now, if you look at the other countries' growth progress and comparing with India, so these are the comparison for India for the fiscal year 2022, 23, 24 and 25. This is a comparison for China, then United States, Euro India, and the entire world. Now, the other news, that is center tweak license norms for import of IT hardware. The union government has decided that they will roll back the decision to import restrictions on the laptop. The government of India has actually come up with the restrictions of the import, जहाँ पे license को लेकर के restrictions लगाई गई थी. Now there was a conflict of interest from the US part of the tech giant company like Google, Facebook, एंड इवन फॉर द पार्ट ऑफ माइक्रोसॉफ्ट. तो उन्होंने कंसर्न रेज की है, एप्पल ने भी कंसर्न रेज की थी. तो उन चीज़ों को देखते हुए गवर्नमेंट ने रोल बैक की अपने डिसीजन की. सो व्हाट इज द रिकंसिडरेशन ऑफ द डिसीजन? द डेवलपमेंट कम आफ्टर द सेंटर हैज इम्पोज द इमीडिएट ban of the laptop, tablets and personal computer in August. This was done in August. और गवर्नमेंट ने कहा था कि जो लाइसेंस रिक्वायरमेंट है इंपोर्ट के लिए वो ज़रूरी होगी. नाउ द गवर्नमेंट हैज़ फेस क्रिटिसिज्म विद दिस. The tech giant like Apple, Intel, Google and Dell, they have urged US president कि वो intervene करे और इस तरह की जो decision है उसके roll back की demand करे. Now impact of electronic goods की अगर बात करें, India is importing a lot many goods from the country like China, right? China से काफ़ी import है. उसके अलावे खास करके इंडिया की import की बात करें इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गुड की, this has increased from 6.96 billion, right? I mean ये पहले 4.73 थी जो बढ़ करके 6.96 हो गई है. The highest rate of import is in the category of laptops, palm tops and other which is coming from China. और इस बेसिकली टाइम में ये देखा गया 6.18.26 बिलियन के आसपास ईयर अगो थी, which is again increasing on the part. And China account for roughly 70 to 80% of the share of the India's import on the personal computer and laptops. So this is the reason that the import duty was actually that was imposed. और इसके नुकसान में चाइना ने भी US, I mean mostly the tech giant from US is about the decision. Now, if you see the rising demand, there's not only for the electronic goods, we have other goods that is also in the rising demand, that is gold, that is the one. Then we have oil balance, labor intensive, electronic goods, agriculture products and other items. Now, moving ahead with the editorial for the day that talks about the Indian food system. So what I'm going to discuss through this editorial, that will be nutritional livelihood and environment security, three-sided approach and the conclusion part. Now, the World Food Day that was celebrated globally were rarely looked at the food system. No country can better understand the challenges of food system in India, which gets the largest population in the world, while the primary goods of the food system is to ensure nutrition security in India. So this was ensured कि जो फूड सिक्योरिटी है इंडिया में, क्या वो प्राइमरीली ऐसे लोगों को कैटर कर रही है जिनकी ज़रूरतें हैं. तो वर्ल्ड फूड डे में इन सारे चीज़ों पे हमें ध्यान देने की ज़रूरत है. Now, nutritional livelihood and environment security. On nutritional front, India face double burden of malnutrition. Why? Because एक sizable population है इंडिया में जो कि nutritional deficiency के साथ जा रही है. Either it is an iron deficiency or any other vitamin deficiency which is there, but it is evident. Now, National Family Health Survey ने बताया that 35% of children are stunned और 57% ऐसे हैं जो women and 25% of men are anemic. So 57% of women are anemic and 27% of men are anemic. These are the findings. Now, दूसरी तरह जो imbalances है हमारी sedentary life को देखें तो 24% adult women are there obese and 23% adult men are obese. तो एक तरफ malnutrition की भी संख्या बढ़ रही है और एक तरफ obese की भी डेटा बढ़ी हुई है. So we need to balance it out. जहाँ पे एक तरफ malnutrition से प्रॉब्लम है, दूसरी तरफ वहाँ पे से ओवर ईटिंग की तरफ से प्रॉब्लम है. Further depleting the resources, the climate change are also making the food production highly vulnerable. Now, three-sided approach की बात की गई है. What is this three-sided approach? By this three-sided approach, I mean first is the consumer, then other is producer, then we have middleman. इन तीन फ्रंट पे हमें काम करने की जरूरत है. The consumer demand need to be shifted towards healthy and sustainable diets. The second, that is the resilient income. We must support farmers towards the remunerative and generative agriculture practices. And third is the farm to fork value chain towards the most sustainable and inclusive one. A critical approach is required to enhance the farm income that will enable more value addition agriculture produce in the rural area. Now, to conclude the fact, as we fast, India has a unique opportunity to showcase the rest world. जहाँ पे food system हमें gifted है, but we need to put it in the right place, and the nutritional security should be promoted both by the state as well as by the central government. Now, there's need for rapid approach जहाँ पे consumer, producer और middleman इन तीनों के साथ मिलके काम करने की जरूरत है, right? so that the things are put in place, and the part of the nutrition security, the availability of the food should be there at the people, right? And moving ahead with the MCQ questions of the day, उससे पहले आंसर डिस्कस करेंगे। जो कल के सवाल है उसका पहला आंसर है ए। नाइट ग्रिड के बारे में आपसे पूछा गया था। इट इज रिक्वायर्ड responsibility for the database. It is functional with the integrated system, and it use big data and analytics to have a massive gather with the informations. Now the second question, the correct answer is about the corner campus tree. ये एक मैनग्रोव है जो कि स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है। That it's highly applicable to location and significant to the seasonality. It consumes water, soil, and other species that endanger the groundwater. Now moving ahead with the second MCQs, in today's MCQ for the day. The first question is about the hybrid seed. Consider the following statement. The hybrid seed is considered through the controlled pollination and multiple plant. They are frequent and easy to cultivations. Because of the hybrid seeds, the packet come with the plant will mature in the uniform. So check out for the correct option. आपको A, B, C और D में correct option mark करने. The second question of the day is Calipico mission. The mission is dedicated to exploring the system. It's a collaborative mission of the European agencies and other space agencies. So do check out for the correct option, mark the correct option in the comment section down below, participate and write your answer in the comment section. So this was all about for the daily news and editorial analysis followed by the MCQs. If you have any other concern, queries about test series, programs or admissions, you can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying connected.